KA Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Ernie Swervin and Jonathan Melcher will both be retiring at the end of the season. But Jonathan Melcher couldn't even qualify for his last race. Billy Oilchanger will start at pole position and lead the first 9 laps before Jeff Burnton would take the lead from him. He would lead until lap 13, where Murray Clutchburn would take the lead from him. Murray Clutchburn would lead for 12 laps before Terry Carboni would be out due to an engine failure, and Jeff Gorvette would also be out for the same reason. Ron Blaster would take the lead for just 1 lap before WJ Lights would take the lead from him, leading all the way to lap 35 for a total of 8 laps before he'd lose the lead to Bobby Carboni, who would lead for 9 laps before he'd lose the lead to Darren Leadfoot, who would lead all the way until lap 47, where Bobby Carboni would retake the lead, leading for 6 laps until lap 54, where Todd Marcus would be out because of Dale Earnhardt. I don't know how to react. I'm gonna guess yay. The King would take the lead on lap 54 and lead for 5 laps before he'd lose the lead to Michael Cartrip, who would lead until lap 71, where Jeremy Carfield would take the lead from him. But on lap 78, he'd lose the lead to Darren Leadfoot, who would lead all the way to lap 84, where he'd lose the lead to Hall Ingus. And Hall Ingus would only hang on to the lead for 2 laps before Kevin Shiftwright would take the lead from him, leading for 9 laps before Slide Park would take the lead, leading for 45 laps before Mark Carton would take the lead from him. Mark Carton would lead for 18 laps before Joe Brakecheck is out on lap 150 alongside Clint Speed, Jimmy Speed Car, Michael Cartrip, Ryan Thunderbolt Jr., and Dave Laney are all out on lap 150. Due to this crash, Sterling Carlin is now down 11 laps because of the damage. Jeremy Carfield will take the lead on lap 169 and lead for 10 laps before Tony Gassworth would take the lead from him. Tony Gassworth will only lead 3 laps before Ron Blaster would take the lead from him, leading until lap 191 where Slide Park would take back the lead, leading all the way to lap 226 where Elliot Draftler would take the lead from him, leading for just 2 laps before Bobby Carboni would once again take the lead, all the way until lap 240 where Darren Leadfoot would take it from him. Darren Leadfoot would lead for 15 laps before Kevin Shiftwright would be out on lap 251, and somehow Ernie Gearson is down 1 lap, but then Ken Schrader would lead 3 laps before being out because of Eugene Garbareski. Well, of course this happened, and Murray Clutchburn would be the car that takes the lead for 10 laps before Bobby Carboni would once again take the lead until lap 294, where the King would take the lead from him. The King would lead until lap 307, where Darren Leadfoot would take the lead from him, leading for just 6 laps until Bobby Carboni would be back in the lead, leading for 11 laps before Dale Carrett would take the lead from him, leading until lap 346, where Billy Oilchanger, the pole sitter, would retake the lead, leading until lap 371, where Darren Leadfoot would take the lead from him. Darren Leadfoot will only lead 2 laps before Dale Carrett would take the lead from him. Dale Carrett also leads only 2 laps before Darren Leadfoot retakes the lead for 4 laps before Bobby Carboni would retake the lead on lap 379. He would lead the final 21 laps to win the 1999 Dinoco 400, but he can't win the Piston Cup, but instead, the King wins the 1999 Piston Cup! And here is the finish of the 1999 Dinoco 400. 4 wide! How? Since the King finished ahead of Dale Carrett, it means that the King wins the Piston Cup. Bobby Carboni was already 3rd in points, so he just stays 3rd in points. But you saw Murray Clutchburn and Tony Gassworth behind the 4 wide, which means that Mark Carton will fall to 6th in points. Dale Earnhardt had a very good last 3 races, pushing him back up to 7th in points. Jeff Gorvette, having an engine failure at the start of the Dinoco 400, basically dropped him to 9th in points. His teammate Terry Carboni also fell to 14th behind Jeremy Carfield. Chuck Armstrong resurged this season, which means that he finished 12th. And Ward Burnton also had another good season. Bill Rayslot and Eugene Karbareski did not have good seasons. Why? Because they're not in the top 20. And Ron Blaster had a really good season, finishing 17th. Only 5 points behind his rival, WJ Lights. Also, all 3 number 36 cars finished in successive positions ahead of Slide Park, who did much better this season. He only beat Darren Leadfoot by 9 points. And Darren Leadfoot had a good season as well. And also, Kevin Shiftright, Clint Shiftright's son, 4th generation Shiftright, finished in the top 20 in his rookie year. Sure, his father, grandfather, and great-grandfather did better, but still good nonetheless. Michael Cartrip also finished 33rd. I don't know why this mattered, but Ricky Slood had a worse than average season. Jerry Nadrive only barely came behind him. And Manny Flywheel came 39th despite his win. Billy Oil Changer's 20th, and he had a win too. But Ryan Thunderbolt Jr. is 40th despite all the help that Kyle Traxon gave him. But luckily, Ernie Gearson is no longer having unnecessary engine failures. But Chick Hicks somehow finished 15th, despite the fact he has no wins and missed over half the season due to suspensions.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
Jack Rush has just kicked Billy Ford out of Rush Racing because he failed to finish in the top 40. But Jack Rush, didn't Billy Ford not finish in the top 40 for the past few seasons? Maybe he just had enough. But either way, the 2000 Florida 500 will be coming out very soon.